In today's video, I'm going to share with you the pros and the cons of living in Arrington, Tennessee from someone who isn't from Arrington or even Nashville. We relocated to Tennessee from Southern California, so I completely understand what it's like to move to a brand new city. Make sure that you stick around for pro number 5 as it's a doozy, and let's get started. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Greg Spackman. I'm with the Living in Nashville, Tennessee channel. So if you want to learn everything about what it's like to live here, eat here, sleep here, and play here in the Nashville, Arrington area, then click the subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I do new videos. I've been getting a ton of people that are just like you that have been reaching out to me about relocating or making that move here to the Nashville, Arrington area. I absolutely love it. So if that's you, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Let's get you on your way, moved here to Middle Tennessee. So pro number 1 is the great schools. And while I can't speak to that myself, I can talk about what niche.com and School Digger both show for the great schools that are here. Just know that the school is really, really good. They're Williamson County rated schools. Arrington is zoned for Arrington Elementary School, which is a brand new elementary school, College Grove Elementary, Fred J. Page Middle School, and then Fred J. Page High School. So what I can speak to is the middle school and the high school. I had my daughter Megan went to the middle school and absolutely loved going there. The only thing we didn't like was picking her up after school. There was a ton of parents that picked their kids up, so we had to get there early so you could get in line. And then my son graduated from Fred J. Page High School, and he loved going to school. And they had this really, really cool thing that where the kids would drive their tractors to school day. Super neat. And that's something cool about it. And then they've just added on to it to make it look even better. And so that's pro number 1, the great schools that are in Arrington. Con number 1 is going to be that Arrington has no nightlife. While you're not going to be choosing Arrington for the nightlife, just know there are no real cool bars or anything like that. You're going to be headed up to Nashville for Broadway for all your bars type of things or clubs and anything like that, or out to Murfreesboro or even into Franklin. So those are going to be your main 3 options for nightlife. You possibly go to Spring Hill, I guess they have a couple little things, but that's your main source of nightlife is going to be outside of Arrington. And so you just needed to know that Arrington doesn't have any sort of nightlife. It doesn't even have a grocery store, for instance. Pro number 2 is going to be the location. So let's just show you what that looks like on the map here so you can get a good idea of the location and everything else. Okay, so I have the map open. You can see Arrington is this red dot here, and it is just south of Nashville. You're going to be taking I-65 south, either getting off at Murfreesboro Road, or you're going to go down to 840 and take 840 over to it. So it just depends which way you prefer. It's going to be quicker to go Murfreesboro Road than the 840, but 840 is a nicer drive because you can just do 75, 80 on the freeway the whole time. And for the most part, other than the traffic times a day, and the traffic does tend to back up around from south of 96 all the way through the 840 interchange. Just know that that does get rough at the peak times of day, but other than that, throughout most of the day, there's no traffic and it's super nice to drive on. If you're wanting to go to the grocery store, the nearest grocery store is about 13 minutes away, and McKay's Mill, there's a Publix there that's super nice. That's where I used to shop a ton when we lived in McKay's Mill. Otherwise, you can go to Berry Farms, and there's a Publix, and that takes you about 20 minutes to get to. The nearest Kroger is about 15 minutes away on Murfreesboro Road, so really you'll figure out if you're a Kroger or a Publix fan, and then you'll shop at one of those 2 grocery stores. They're both really good grocery stores. Publix will actually help you carry your groceries out to your car, which is nice. And they just tend to carry some other things that Kroger doesn't. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of where Arrington is located on the map and in relation to Nashville. You're about 30 minutes-ish to the airport, 30 minutes to downtown Nashville, 30 minutes to Murfreesboro, 25 minutes to downtown Franklin. So it's centrally located for everything, which makes it a great place to call home. Pro number 2 is going to be the rankings. And let me show you what those are according to niche.com right now. All right, so here are their rankings on niche.com. They don't even show it as Arrington. They show it as 37014 zip code. However, they give it a B minus overall rating. I would give it an A, but that's my opinion. But A for public schools, B minus for housing, C for nightlife. Really, that's a D because there's no nightlife. B minus, good for families. I would rate that more like an A from everything that I've heard from everyone that's moved to Arrington and all the time that I spent showing homes and helping people look in Arrington. C for diversity, A for jobs, B plus for weather, B minus cost of living, B for health and fitness, B minus for outdoor activities, and then C minus for commute. I'm not sure why they give it such a poor rating on the commute, because unless you commute during the worst times of day, there really isn't it's not a bad commute at all from Arrington, and then you get to live out in the middle of kind of nowhere. Population, looking like about 3,000 people that live in it, so it is a small town. So overall, those are the rankings for Arrington. It's going to be one of the top 10 cities in Middle Tennessee for sure for everything once they finally update niche.com, of course. Next up, con number 3, and that's going to be your home values. So here they are. Let's take a look at my website, thespackmangroup.com. Make sure that you register and then you shoot me a text or an email letting me know that it's you from YouTube. And here we go. It shows 138 homes for sale currently. I sorted by newest so you can get a really good idea of what's on the market right now. But we have one for $966, $880, $1.5 million, $1.2, $1.4, $1.4, $319, for $1.3, $1.3, $960, $928, $841, $799, $827, $825, $962. As you can see, you're looking anywhere from the middle sixes, and here's a $4.4 million home. So anywhere in the middle sixes up to about $4.4 million, it looks like, is a good price to pay in Arrington right now. So hopefully that gives you just a little bit of that. But that's one of the things you're going to reach out to me, and we're going to do our Zoom strategy session. We'll go over all of the current homes for sale, what you're looking for, how many bedrooms, how many baths, what size lot, which subdivision, because there are a number of subdivisions in Arrington, and they all have little pluses and minuses. Like, you want to make sure if you're okay backing the 840 freeway, then those have certain homes, that sort of thing. You want to make sure you're not in the flood zone, of course, because certain homes are, and then that adds extra cost for no reason. So we want to keep you out of the flood zone if we absolutely can. So that sums up the home values in Arrington. Pro number 3 is Arrington Vineyards. So if you've never been there, never heard of it, it is a super cool place to go and drink wine and just relax. It has a nice picturesque view that you're going to have out over the valley. It is amazing and a great place for you to go and just relax and unwind. So that's why that's pro number 3, and that's in Arrington. Con number 3 is the countryside is being developed. So Arrington used to just be all rolling hills. When we moved to Tennessee, there wasn't much at all in Arrington. It was pretty much just this little podunk town that had nothing in it. And then they've just come in and built newer and newer subdivisions with these huge, nice homes on it. And it's just made Arrington explode in size. It's still small, and it's growing year after year, and it's a really cool place. And they have some really, really nice homes that you can find in Arrington that you can't find elsewhere in Middle Tennessee. Pro number 4 is going to be no state income tax in Tennessee. So while this isn't related directly to Arrington, just know that that's something really cool about moving to Tennessee in general. So you will be able to take advantage of the no state income tax regardless which city you move to. But when we moved there, it was a ton of savings from California. State taxes was like a huge raise that we got by relocating. So that is pro number 4. Pro number 5 is all the new construction homes. There are tons of brand new homes, and they're building more and more. While you're looking at $600,000 to over $2 million and even $4 million, some of the subdivisions you can check out online would be Pine Creek, Kings Chapel, High Park Hill, and there's a bunch of other ones. You just got to reach out to me so I can help you with that. subdivision choice. And of course, when you're buying new construction, you really need an agent like me or one of my team members to help you through that transaction. If you need us there at the design center appointment, we go to the design center appointment with you, help make sure that when they build your house, they actually paint the walls the right color, that sort of thing, so that they don't tell you that it's supposed to be white and you picked gray. And we can argue that for you and help alleviate a lot of stress by us being involved in the process. So you just got to reach out to us. Those are the main pros about living in Arrington, Tennessee. Now I'm going to give you a few things about living in Tennessee in general, and that would be the weather. You get all 4 seasons. You get tornadoes. They make 3 different shelters that you can get, and we can discuss all of that. Anywhere that I've lived, it's rained the most here in Middle Tennessee, and so you just need to know that it rains a lot. It has super cool thunderstorms that light up the sky, and it's awesome as far as that goes. Hopefully your dog doesn't mind that if you have a dog, but my dog Archie doesn't seem to mind the thunderstorms. It does get hot and humid in the summer, so that's my least favorite time of year, when it is hot and humid, and it's pretty nasty. So just know that. Relatively nice winters in Nashville usually. We don't get a lot of snow. Typically, it gets not enough for the kids to actually play or enjoy the snow, or for you to have to shovel your driveway. However, every so many years, it will snow enough where you got to deal with that. But it all melts within 2, 3, 4 days. So if you just stock up on stuff, you get to stay home and have cocoa and enjoy the snow when it actually does that. Traffic is growing, and it's adding more and more traffic every year as more and more people relocate to Middle Tennessee. So just be aware of that as well. Traffic is nothing like it is in Southern California or Dallas or Atlanta or New York. Anywhere they have real traffic, we don't have that, but it's still traffic. Downtown Nashville is a ton of fun. You get to go to Broadway. There's a crap ton of bars that you're going to be able to enjoy. Sports, you got Nashville Predators for ice hockey. If you're an NHL fan like I am, then you got them to go watch. You got the NFL Titans that play in downtown. They're getting a brand new stadium going to be built here over the next year or two. You got the Nashville Sounds for AAA baseball. There is talks to bring an MLB team to Nashville, so we'll see if that happens. You're going to have to drive to Memphis if you want an NBA basketball team, or Atlanta, St. Louis for an MLB team. One more thing. You got IKEA that's in Memphis, so that's about a 2.5 hour drive to get to IKEA if you're an IKEA fan. Well, hopefully you've made it this far and you're still thinking about moving to Arrington or maybe somewhere else in Middle Tennessee. Please reach out. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'd love to talk to you about your journey here to the Middle Tennessee area. I absolutely love it. And so until next time, I'm out.